Hey, what's up, everybody? It's David Cherry, and today I want to talk about how to get the most out of a coaching experience with the coach that you're working with. Now, I've worked with all different types of coaches and consultants and trainers, and I've picked up a little bit of a trick for how to develop faster, how to really get the most out of the coaching program that you're in. Now, we all put in time and effort and money into working with a coach, and we really want it to go as well as possible. If we're going to be this dedicated, if we're going to choose to level up and work with a coach one-on-one or in a group, how do we really get the most out of it? How do we get the most juice for the squeeze, as they say? And the way I see it, there's a way you can go about getting coached that will really help you level up faster, and it's this. Think about your coaching experience as a way to learn the process so well that the coach is walking you through that you could teach somebody else the same coaching practice. So if you can think about, if I had to teach what it is I'm learning to somebody else after I've gone through this experience, would I be able to do that? And I've always done this thing where I even tell the coaches sometimes up front, I say, hey, I know that I'm the client. I'm like the patient in this scenario. You're giving me the direction. You're asking me the questions. But on occasion, I'm going to ask you questions about what it was that you were asking me about. Why did you ask me that question? Why did you put together the program this way instead of that way? Why are we following this regiment instead of that one? And the point is, I want to start to understand the other person's perspective, model, and process for how they work with their clients. Because if I can understand their model, process, and perspective for how they work with clients, I can start to understand just exactly what it is that the change they're walking me through is going to produce and how it's happening. So if you can think about yourself being on one side of the table across from the coach, but then occasionally coming to the same side of the table as the coach and saying, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about why you're doing this? Why does this process work for you? When you work with other clients, what is it about this process that is so effective? It really helps you understand not only going through the coaching process as a client on the other side and having the changes happen within you, but it also helps you understand the frameworks that your coach might be using or your trainer might be using that really help you understand for yourself in such a way that you could teach it for someone else. Now, the thing that is so interesting about pursuing coaching this way is there's something extra that you get from doing it. There's something else. And the extra piece that you get from this type of experience in working with a coach like this is you really start to understand first from yourself what it's like to be coached. So you have the firsthand experience of going through these exercises and feeling the changes happen, feeling the insights happen, seeing the changes occur. And that happens first with yourself. Then, if you're working with somebody else ever in the future, if you're giving somebody else advice, if you're teaching somebody else that same process, you know exactly what it feels like yourself to be in their shoes. So the way that I've always pursued being coached is thinking ahead and thinking I might actually use this again on myself, or I might guide other people. I might teach other people. I might give advice to someone else. And by going through the experience first, it's really going to help me understand not only the principles and framework, which are the questions that you can ask about, with the trainer or with the coach, but also the experience of going through that growth, the experience of what it felt like internally to answer those questions, to go through those changes, to dedicate yourself to that type of change or process that you went through. So I recommend today that when you think about working with a coach, not just thinking about your own experience and how you're growing, but also thinking about what's actually going on here. What's happening underneath? Why are they asking me that question right now? What is the process that they're laying out for me that I can follow so that I can actually understand how this change is occurring within me? So I hope that helps you get more out of your coaching. You can ask more questions in the comment section below. I'd be happy to answer them. You can also check out more about me or my daily podcast in the information you'll see right below this video. You can subscribe if you're enjoying it, and I'll be back again very soon.